Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's tutorial is going to be a very simple one because based off of the performance of the last tutorial that I did that was basic themed, you guys seem to really enjoy it. And I think it's a great way for people who are new to Photoshop and new to Discord in general to just jump in and start with something really simple. Now as you can see, there's been a pretty big change this time around. I'm using a camera. If you saw the last video, I actually did a speed edit of how I made that little frame that goes all the way around. Though you can probably see from, I think it's that corner right there. It goes out a little bit and maybe in that corner down, where I point to this, down there. So I obviously forgot that if I round an edge and the camera itself is going to be a complete square, it's going to poke out the edges. So I need to go back and make some adjustments to that in the future, but for now I think this should work fine. Now, without further delay, let's get right into the tutorial. We're going to start off by going to File, New, and 1200 by 530 is the size we want to use for this. So click Create. As usual, click the plus sign and delete the background by clicking Delete. Now, these are the two colors we're going to be using throughout this process. F1B3D6 and then E44F8D. Now to start, we're going to come over to this left side, hold down the mouse button, and this little thing is going to pop up here and give you some options. We're going to go with a rounded rectangle. Now just drag this straight down. Does not matter the size at the moment because we're going to make some adjustments in 1 second. Now once you have this dragged down, you're going to want to go to Properties. If you don't see the Properties window, go over to Window, go down to Properties, click that, it'll pop up right over there. You can just drag it over and dock it, which is what I recommend you do, or you can leave it where it is, but it's probably going to get in the way if you're working on projects. So when you're in the Properties tab, come over to the width and adjust that to 928, and as for the height, we're going to put this at 242. And the corners, we're also going to run around these, and we'll round these at 121. So with that shape completed, we can go ahead and hold Shift, drag to the center, and then move this up as well, and make sure this is all centered. No stroke, and of course the fill is just this pink color F1B3D6 that we initially picked out. So click OK there. Now we're going to take this, go to right click, blending options, go down to stroke, and we want a 3 pixel stroke in the following color, and I'll show you why in just a moment. So click cancel there, click OK there once your stroke is added on. Now we're going to take this, do Ctrl G, and within this grouped layer, we're going to call the group the base sections. Right click on the eyeball, and let's make it yellow just to keep ourselves organized. This, we're going to call this the frame. That's what's going to act as. Do Ctrl J, drag that below. Make sure it's still in the folder. If you drag it too far, it's going to come out, and we do not want that. This will be called the drop shadow. The fill on this is going to be that initial darker color from over there, and we can right click and just clear layer style to get rid of that stroke. Now we can come back to the smooth tool and use your arrow keys when you're on that tool to move the shape by 1 pixel. And the way we're going to do this is diagonal. So left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And as you can see, it's a very minimal movement, but if you speed this up like that, it naturally gets faster and it's much more noticeable. And it's kind of up to you how far you want to go. I'm pretty content with this, but you can have it shorter or longer, depending on what you think would fit best for you. As you can see, because we added that stroke, this now intersects nicely or connects nicely with this main area there. With this out the way, we're going to return to the frame, do Ctrl J, and the frame we're going to put at the following settings. 880. No, that can't be right. No, that's right. Okay. And then 202. There we go, and then we're just gonna center this. Yeah, that was not right, so do not do 202. Oh, that's the problem. 880. It was doing that nonsense again. Perfect. So that was the right numbers. It was just linking up, and it was trying to adjust it. I can't think of English words right now for some reason. Anyway, this is now centered, and this provides our center section that we're going to be adding the text and the rest of the stuff on top of in just a moment. So with this, let's go ahead and name this the center. Now we're going to come over to our dots pattern. Let's drag that in, clip that on, double click, let's call it dots, and the settings we want to use are going to be overlay. No, I'm skipping ahead of myself. Dots, Control T, let's adjust this down. What in tarnation is that? What did I do? Aha. Hold shift, because I unlinked it now, so it's going to be doing all that nonsense. So hold shift when you drag it down if you also have it unlinked, which you would if you follow the tutorial. Then hit check mark. Let's redo that actually. Then Control J. Let's move this across. Control J one more time and move that across. Then right click, merge down, right click. Wait, we gotta clip it first. So you can do a right click, create clipping mask, or alt click in between to clip it. Then merge down again. This we're gonna put that overlay and the opacity at about 57%. Now we've completely finished up with this base section, and we will never return to it, so we can go ahead and duplicate the center because we will need that. Drag it out, make sure dots are reclipped, and then just close that because we are done there. With this dragged out, do Control G, let's call this the top section. Right click on the eyeball, let's make this red to, once again, keep ourselves organized, and we're going to adjust this in the following manner. 480 for the width and the heights at 63 pixels. The fill we want to be completely white, so I think that's straight F's, not straight zeros. I think straight zeros is black, yeah. So straight F, and then we will take this and adjust that to center. So right about there, maybe a bit more to the right. Perfect, so maybe down a bit more. Now it's perfect. We'll call this the base, and then we can close that because we are also done there. Now create a new layer, do Control G. This layer we're going to call text, and this is where we can go ahead and add in our text we're going to put here, and the text we're going to put right down there. So click on the eyeball, let's make it blue, and we're going to be using two different fonts for this. For the first font, let's make it pure white, and we'll be using Chibald, which is the same font I used for the last tutorial, the other dreamy style banner I did. Let's drop this down, and let's call this events, because if this is a wintry theme, you're probably using it for some event within your server. So let's go with that. Now I'm going to start off with 135, and after I add in the little decorations, we can decide from there how we want to approach the rest of it, or how we want to adjust it. Now events is down, create a new layer, and the second color we're going to be using is the same pink from here, so kind of a contrast. We used white here, and then white down there. We used pink here, and then pink up there. I think it's a nice little difference. So in the top, I'm going to put the name of my community, which is Tsuke, and we'll be using the font Arcade Classic. And of course, I'm going to have all these fonts in the description for you to download. Let's go ahead and adjust that down a tad more. That's great. What did I do? I double clicked it. There we go. Now I can't help but feel that the little white section at the top is a bit too big, so I might just go ahead and adjust that down a tad, because if I make that text any larger, it's going to look kind of odd. Let's go ahead and adjust this down. Now it might be bigger or smaller for you depending on your community name, I'm definitely decreasing the size of mine though. Yep, that is a definite improvement. Before it was just too large. I don't know how I did it before where it ended up at that size. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea how that worked out okay last time. Anyway, our text is done for now because we might come back to this event section, but continuing on, let's collapse all of this, create a new layer, Control G, let's call this Miscellaneous Decor. Now I'm going to link the website where I found all of these icons at. Let's go ahead and click that, and this is a really dirty way of getting rid of the white, because in some cases the edges are still going to be a bit messy. But I just went to the magic eraser tool and clicked and it's gone. But I'm going to link the website in the description as well where you can find each of these icons. I think they're really cute, I like how they designed them, and it fits really well for a lot of different things. So yeah, that will be linked for you if you want to use it. Let's go ahead and drag all of these in. And then the tree. Let's call this Snowy Tree. Let's call this the Holly. This the ribbon, and then gingerbread dude, and we don't need that layer 1. Now each of these are going to have a drop shadow, blending options, drop shadow, and we want it at 21, and hold up, am I on drop shadows? No, that's general blending. There we go, 21, 7, 0, and 4. So click OK, right click, copy layer style, right click, paste layer style, and then one more time, paste. Let's actually go ahead and make this all green as well. Let's hide the rest of these. And all I did was I'm holding down the left mouse button and I'm dragging up to quickly hide all of those. Now Control T. We'll put the gingerbread dude in this corner over here. Let's adjust him down to fit a bit better. There's gingerbread. Now we'll take the ribbon and we'll put the ribbon right around there. Let's take the holly and we'll put this right around there. And then Snowy Tree, we're actually going to cut off this bottom piece using the rectangular marquee tool. Just highlight to the top. Doesn't need to be super clean or anything, and just delete that. It just sticks out too far, too much nonsense. Now take this tree and let's drag it down to about there. That works. Cool. And then we can collapse this. We can take our rectangular marquee tool, highlight over all of it, edit, copy merged file, new creates, Control V, delete the backgrounds, and just save it. We can do file, export, save for web, and this will just essentially compress it down and make it easy to upload to wherever you're uploading it to, probably Discord. Let's cancel or file, save as, and use PNG. And that's a more traditional method. I'm just gonna keep it at a large size, and really no downside to doing so. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of me adding a video cam. That's helpful. If not, I'll remove it, maybe. Kind of enjoy. I feel like I have an audience I'm actually teaching to. And I can't, so many times in recording, I'll start gesturing, and I realize nobody can see what I'm doing. It'll be really awkward. But now I have a camera so you can see exactly what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to have another video linked at the end to another great tutorial, and I hope you all have an awesome day.